Hi, Mike the Wolfman. It's Rod Blagojevich. Pat asked me to send you a message, and I'm really delighted to do it, my friend. I want to tell you that even though you're a bad golfer, you're a great fucking guy. Now, why do I say that? Because you got great taste in politicians that you don't like and the ones you do like. Let's talk about the ones you don't like. Pritzker and Lightfoot, you're right. They suck. They're terrible. They're a disaster. Terrible. Both of them. Pritzker I've known for a long, long time. I actually appointed him the director of the Human Rights Commission when I was governor. I look back on that and regret the decision I made to say yes when he asked me for that spot. By all indications, I think he did a good job there. At least he did a good job there, but by all indications, he's doing a very bad job here as governor of Illinois. And he's one of those guys, a billionaire, who was able to buy the governor's chair. Now, that's a sensitive subject for me, as you can imagine, Mike. Buying a political office or selling a political office. Let me set the record straight, Mike, the Wolfman. I didn't break a law across the line. I never took a penny. There was no such thing as the sale of ascendancy. That was a big fucking lie. Big lie. And they could never uphold that standard. Eventually, when I was sitting in prison for 4 years, the appellate court reversed it. They called it routine political log rolling. Because if I was selling it, Obama was buying it. Because the whole thing started with him sending someone to me, an emissary, to talk about making a political deal. Perfectly legal, perfectly appropriate, and that's how it works in that business. Routine, legal, political horse trading. They criminalized only against me. And those people brought Armageddon down on me, expecting me to give in, dangling a light sentence after a while when they were unable to convict me on their fake corruption charges at a first trial. But I fought back every step of the way, and I still am, because they will steal from us, you and me, our freedoms, if these uncontrolled prosecutors who abuse their power for political reasons, who turn themselves into political weapons and criminalize legal things because they're trying to get someone they can't beat in an election, they get away with this and continue to do this, as they did with me, and they tried to do to President Trump. See, what they did at the AAA level to a Democrat governor, some of the very same people using the same playbook tried to do at the major league level to a Republican president. Now, fortunately, President Trump had the success to fight back, and he had the bully pulpit of the presidency to marshal the support of the American people, something governors don't have. And he had supporters in his own party that didn't abandon him, a lot of other factors that helped him. But this is really bad, and there's no doubt in my mind that they felt they could do this to Trump because they got away with doing it to a Democratic governor years before in Illinois. And by the way, how lucky was I, Mike, when I agreed to do Celebrity Apprentice? You may not know that, but way back in 2009, after I was thrown out of office, had no work, I had a chance to do different things. Some of them I turned down because they were inappropriate, but the Celebrity Apprentice offer was appropriate. I never saw the show, never watched it. I knew who Donald Trump was. I ended up doing his show. He fired me. He was right to do that. Years would go by and he freed me, and believe me, he was right to do that. President Trump is the only president in American history to have fired and freed the same guy. Even Lincoln didn't do that. But anyway, here I am, and I'm grateful and fortunate to thank you for your support and to tell you that, Pat, well, he says you're not a good golfer, but that you are someone who loves ranch dressing and the Second Amendment. You're a freedom fighter in the sense that you're a libertarian, and you understandably are fearful of the Second Amendment being eroded and taken away from you. Now, I have a confession to make, Mike. When I was in Congress, I got a rating by the NRA, and it was an F minus. I think I was a state rep when I got an F minus. I think when I was a congressman, I think I moved it up to an F. And then when I was governor, I don't know. I don't think it was anywhere near that bad. I don't think I deserved an F minus. I probably deserved a D minus. And that F I got when I was in Congress, I think I deserved a D. My views have changed. They've evolved. I've seen what government can do about taking away our freedoms. And it's a wake-up call what happened to me. And I never quite could understand, Mike, the argument that these guys like you and some of the political elected officials who support your position, complete devotion to the Second Amendment, not willing, to support things like banning assault weapons or the 50 caliber sniper rifle, these weapons that law-abiding citizens don't really need, and gun collectors for the most part don't want, and hunters and sportsmen don't need or even use. So we on the other side would think these were common sense approaches. By doing those sorts of things, banning those kinds of weapons. And the argument I would get back constantly by the pro-Second Amendment defenders was it's a slippery slope, because you start taking away one of these types of weapons, what's next? There'll be another one, then another one, another one. I never thought that was valid, but I do now, and I understand and appreciate very much how these things are slippery slopes and how our freedoms can be taken away from us a little at a time, not all together, all at once like it happened to me. So I appreciate and respect very much your support of the Second Amendment, and I view this issue differently now than I did way back then. I think today, if I was an elected official, I don't think the NRA would give me an A, but I think they'd probably give me a B, maybe a B minus, a lot better than an F minus they gave me all those years ago. What else can I say? Look, Mike, you are fucking golden. I just know it, I can tell. You got good values. Pritzker sucks. Lightfoot, what a disaster. That's the word President Trump uses a lot. But she's way in over her head. And we have a city here in Chicago that's lawlessness and chaos. But even the chaos isn't completely chaos. That's organized criminals, organized to go out and do carjacking and smash and grab retail thefts, especially now during the Christmas season, the holiday season. The gangbangers shooting up each other and killing innocent people all over the city, not just during the summer months, but all throughout the year. It's never been like this. And a mayor who's worried about extreme left-wing political activists and defund the police, Antifa types, and therefore she won't do the necessary hard things that are necessary to protect the community and save lives. And in 75 to 80% of the cases where there's someone who loses a life because of gun violence, they're black people. They live in neighborhoods on the south and west side of the city. And the so-called advocates for Black Lives Matter, where are they when it comes to protecting those lives? Because if you don't have the police and enough of them, knowing that the politicians have their backs, how are you going to keep them safe? The gangbangers aren't stupid, they're criminals, and that's what they do for a living, and they're smart and clever and crafty, and they know the police are on their defensive because of politicians in my party who've abandoned the police. And as a result of that, my friend, we see what's happening in places like Chicago and in big cities all around the country. So I appreciate your values, appreciate the things you're for and not for. Grateful to you for your support. I want you to know, again, it means a lot to me. And your friend Pat and you, the two of you, are fucking golden. And best of luck to you, my friend, at your bachelor party in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a different era, man. Be smart about what you do on the eve of your nuptials, on the eve of you getting married. Because some of that crazy stuff that happens at bachelor parties in this day and age with these phones like the one I'm doing this cameo on could come back to bite you right in the ass and cause all kinds of problems as you begin your journey in life with your bride. And I wish the two of you all the happiness that there is. There you are, the two of you, exchanging your vows, loving one another, joining hands, and beginning your journey through life together. Best of luck to you, my friend. God bless you, and all the best to Pat.